Hi, I'm Adam Dovi. Born and raised right here in Daytona Beach, actually Halifax. Spent my whole life here. Don't ever plan on leaving. Earliest memory, I grew up out in Samsula. My next door neighbor had a three-wheeler, and I think I was probably 4, and I got to take that out by myself, which was, in hindsight, hilarious. Italian side, my dad's the Italian side, my mom's the Jewish side, so I always joke I'm loud and I like money. Both pretty good sized families, a lot of them up in Jersey and New York. Now a lot of them have made the Jewish transition, the migration down to Boca. But yeah, pretty good sized family, plenty of cousins, a lot of aunts and uncles. Oh yeah, always a lot of guilt, usually around the holidays. I loved high school. I went to Creek. It was 4 years that I wouldn't trade for the world. I was lucky enough to be on varsity swim and varsity track. Actually, Coach Lochte was my coach and was a big reason why where I went to college and how I got on the college swim circuit. I majored in swimming because when you're a student athlete, nothing else matters. No matter what they tell you, you're swimming. I went down to FAU down in Boca on the swim team that dictated where college started for me. Was down there for a couple years, had a blast. Wound up coming back to DBCC, also known as Daytona State for all you youngins, and finishing out my degree in cultural and aesthetic arts. And art is my love, my passion, specifically functional ceramics, so bowls and cups and plates. That's my jam. I love it. And has absolutely nothing to do with what I do now as an adult, but it was taught me. My dad used to say, he goes, doesn't matter what you do, get your degree. It could be an underwater basket weaving. It doesn't matter. It proves that you can stick with something for X amount of time, and that's valuable. First car was a 1986 300ZX, and my dad had gotten the car, I believe, 2 years prior. I never knew I was a car nut until that car showed up in the garage, and I would find myself 8, 9 o'clock at night, which is late for a straight-laced guy like me on my freshman year in high school, cleaning the wheels with a toothbrush. But yeah, that car, if I can ever find that car again, that's going to be my hunt once I get later in life and have some time to kill. It was a fantastic car. I've got a couple sport bikes that I take out on the weekends, but being in construction, trucks is a necessity. I get a new one every couple years, but almost got a white one, and my wife informed me that her husband drives a black Dodge Ram because this is number 6 or 7 I've had. So I'm a black Dodge Ram guy. I was a crew cut up the side and number 2 on the top till I was probably late 20s. Then I was lucky enough to go out to up to New York for my 30th birthday, and I realized that pretty girls like long hair, and so started my new look. So I own Dovi Windows and Doors. It's a family business, 40 plus years. I've been doing it officially now since, been doing it for about 27 years, but officially as owner and president since 2003, so this is our 20th year. I like making a change in the landscape. I like driving. If I go surfing down in Ponce Inlet, I drive down and I look at the houses that I've done. And I've always got a sense of accomplishment and pride in that. Trying to get, and everybody's probably heard this story, but I wanted to get on something called the Checkered Flag Committee. And I actually did the president at the time, Tim Huth's personal house. And he was a great guy, and he said he liked my personality. You're perfect for it. And he asked, what do I do for the community? And I looked straight in the eyes and I said, I shop at Publix. Does that count? He goes, what do you do to give back? And I say, well, I pay my taxes. And he smiled and giggled. And he said it with all the respect in the world. He said, basically, you're just not important enough. And it wasn't a bad thing. It was a wake-up call. He said, you know what you need to do? You need to get involved with the community. And I started looking at a lot of places, the Elks, the Moose, the everything, and Seth got wind of it, and Seth said, you know what, you need to come to Rotary with me. I came one time, and I think I signed up the very next week of what Rotary is and what I've come to identify with it, and what I see how it does in the community is me. It's the perfect organization. The philosophy of Rotary is as close to my heart as anything. And it's something I plan on being with for a long time. I'm Adam Dovi, and I'm a very proud Daytona Beach Rotarian.